Honourable Chair of Chairs, for 30 years we've had the privilege of being lectured of the wisdom of revolutionary philosophers. A line favoured by our friends on the other side is that of Amilcar Cabral. Tell no lies, claim no easy victories. Madam Chair of Chairs, Honourable Makupela wants his nappies. Please help him. Celebrities have fans and followers that like to call themselves by a name. Those following Taylor Swift call themselves Swifties. I read somewhere that Casper Nyovest fans are called Sipibians. Premier Lesufi has fans. He's also got detractors. But I don't know what the Premier's fan club is called, but no doubt they loved his speech on Monday. They would. That's what fans do. They follow blindly. It doesn't matter if an easy victory is claimed. It doesn't matter if it's untrue. The celeb simply can do no wrong. He claimed a victory for Gauteng being the biggest economy. No, Honourable Matara, that's not an ANC success. That's been the case since 1895. He claimed a victory for Gauteng being the home of all the embassies. You know what I find strange, Honourable Msimanga? This terrible metro called Tshwane. Somehow the embassies don't want to leave there. They want to stay there. Ford wants to make its factories there, as does BMW. But it's so bad, according to them. Some of them, these embassies, have been there before you were born, Honourable Premier. Heck, even before I was born. He talked about thousands and billions. I can't comment on all of them. I'll pick just one. The 8 billion rand of someone else's money that he claimed for an SAZ in the Vaal. When he spoke, he raved about tourism and Sun City on the river. But in the written speech, he wrote about agro-processing and manufacturing. And we are left wondering which of these is true. At least he didn't talk about prawn farms in the West Rand like his predecessor did. Much like other SOPA promises that came and went empty, it's highly likely that this one's promises will also prove to be empty promises. He spoke about 90,000 people now being employed. That's strange because that would add 3 billion rand to our cost of employment budget, but it's not there. You don't see it anywhere. Last year, the Premier announced, and you should be educated by this, Honourable Maile, the Premier announced a project preparation analysis unit, but nowhere does this appear in any budget or the APP. I'm sorry that Honourable Premier has been defeated. It's just what it is. Anyway, it's abandoned. This project of the Premier is abandoned. But despite the Gauteng Provincial Treasury working on an alternative, the MEC for Finance, in his response to me, says, I must ask you, Honourable Premier, for the reasons why there's been a lack of progress. Mr. Premier, instead of backing you on an unfulfilled promise, your MEC has thrown you under a bus. How do we respond to one who promises to, but failed to deliver on last year's promises, who claims easy victories and says that all of these things, but they actually are not true? We heard the Premier repeating what the Bible says, love them. But the Bible also says, who will rescue me? Well, the DA has got good news for the people of Gauteng. Put us in government and we will rescue you from the government's corruption. We can save 2 billion rand from the Department of Health alone. This and money from other sources can pay for our infrastructure backlogs. The DA has the will and the plan to rescue the people of Gauteng from crime and the fear of violence and harm. We have a plan to cover the full 12,400 megawatts of electricity that is needed over the 5 years, and not just the 100 megawatts here and the 300 there as promised to the Premier. The Premier rejoiced over the AG's report in Gauteng, but what he didn't say was that the AG said the Western Cape is better. The choice facing Gauteng in 2024 is very simple. Either go with what you've got, which is terrible, or choose something, a government, a DA party that has proven